with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in. And you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry. They all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field. And that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. The Tigers will move the sticks. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Quickly to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to run it back. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
And those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you can tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive.
Off he goes. Inside the 30. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Finds his man. It's Sampson. They get him down after he makes the catch. LSU right back to the line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll leave it with him. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. The emotions and energy figure to be what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense getting set for first down. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. Third down after the run. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On third down, he drops to throw. They're working that left side. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
They'll run it from the gun. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Got it behind the line. It's Horton. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Big loss on the last play threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes! There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays and they punch it in for a touchdown, demoralizing.
On the run from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. You can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense getting him to the ground for no gain.
To the air, it's Holstein. Throws for the tight end. Working on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Gets it inside the 30, down to the 27, a pickup of 6. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They'll try to get it through the air. Looking down the middle. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Virginia Tech is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Michael Vick should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Keeps the legs moving. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Makes it past the marker. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hand.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Turns it on in midfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're putting the run, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Finds his man. It's Robinson. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside. Take advantage of it to make big plays.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Running back searching for a hole. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first one.
They move the tight end all over. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So you get stuffed on 1st down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive.
Touchdown, Hurricane! A great catch and run for 6. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Catch inside the 25. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it, too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
At midfield, he's got room. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
The Hurricanes are flying down the field. Give to the running back. Fights off a defender. Open space at the 25. There he goes down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He's got great speed. He gets it up to the 35 before he's guided out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. On the move at the 30. Got a lot of running room. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Quarterback keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And they're able to make the tackle. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to find his man on first down. Looking deep down the right side. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. They were lucky to get him out of bounds. What a return as he almost took it for the touchdown. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15. They need a conversion on 3rd and 3 to make the most of that great starting field position. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
How do I make the defense defend multiple plays? Really nice job running the RPO. The pass threat, you can tell, softened them up a little bit. Now you hand the football off, and you get the big 3rd down conversion.
And the Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Grabbed behind the line. It's Horton. Touchdown, Canes! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 28. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger, and that is swagger well earned after that.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud. So like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Offensively, are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check.
Looking to throw, it's Holstein. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Fires to the middle. It's complete. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Snap it to the back. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Our defense, nice job early in the game, playing well with your backs against the wall. Job's not over yet, though. This is an offense that has shown that they can go for it on 4th down, especially during these situations.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Going for the return. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The inside handoff. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. The Canes want to crank the tempo. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's going for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Looking downfield, it's Holstein. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feat.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Looking for a crease. It's Allen. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Canes getting set on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue into him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Give to the single back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Brings up 3rd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Miami 35, LSU 30.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun. Give on the inside. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. ULM is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Malone Stadium, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by just 2 over Houston. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Back to pass. It's Holstein. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. And you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Working that left side now. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. New set of downs after that completion. He's going to pass. Fires into traffic, picked off. How about that? Making a play and setting up your offense inside the 40 at the 39.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football. And you saw it right there.
They'll run it from the gun. Across the 25, he's got room. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hurricane. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. They'll try to run it in. He's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they stretch that lead to 16. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Man, this kickoff coverage team, they just get to the ball carrier. They are flying around. They're beating their blocks. And the ability to create a turnover on a special teams play like this, and that is massive. And now it sets them up for great field position.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
And every coach in America has a plan for this situation. The first 4 minutes of the game, the last 4 minutes of the game. How I'm going to construct my offense. Most of the time, I got to be physical. Run the football like right here. Run that clock. Get a few first downs, and I can end this football game on offense.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. From inside the 10, here he comes. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. To throw, it's Holstein. Throws to the tight end. Working that left side. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking to move it through the air. Floats it out in space. Still running at the 40. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
Man, he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over.
And that ball is picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. The 20. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Handoff to the single running back. Touchdown, Miami! And the pummeling has started. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense...
And he breaks into the open. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Number 21.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
56. LSU 37.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation. Intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They're trying to get to it. Smashes ahead. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He's going to bring it out from deep. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Time is short. Defense still has 3 timeouts, but it's a mountain in front of them, Jesse.
Yeah, the worst-case scenario now for this offense is victory formation, victory formation, victory formation, punt, win the game, David.
No doubt about it. When you're up 2+ possessions, there's no way for the defense to get back in the game. So take a knee, get out of here with the dub.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, running back on the move. Runs through the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. And the Hurricanes want to move quickly. On 3rd down, going up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Trying to take it back. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having a chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
That's amazing.